Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Got a call early this morning during my workout, and our facilities people are amazing. But there was a little problem today getting the field cleared by 8 o'clock, and so decided to just have another winter workout inside today. And we'll start spring practice on Monday, Monday morning at 8 o'clock, and we'll go 4 practices next week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we'll do that for the first 3 weeks. And then the final week, we'll practice Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we'll get our 15 workouts in. You know, the NCAA allows us to have 34 days and 15 practices, so we have some flexibility when we do them. So these practices are so important because we really get to spend time with our guys, and we don't want to waste a day if there's a reason why we can't get a great practice in. So excited about that. We're looking forward. We got 12 new players. We're getting involved with our team that have been with us since January. And those guys are all great guys. They're very appreciative of being here, very enthusiastic about being here. And we're excited to really get started with spring practice. We had a really good February and March, 8 weeks of winter training. We got bigger and stronger, really emphasized getting bigger this time of year, our weight training. We moved much better as a football team. Our agility is much different. And we got really good chemistry with this group of players, very focused, very little drama. And the second time around the track, everybody knows what to expect from their coaches. So we're really comfortable with where we're at, and we're really excited to get started.
Yeah, how much further ahead do you feel than this time of year ago? Just, the majority of these guys have been through it, know the system, know the expectations.
I think there was a lot of apprehension last year. A lot of players were trying to make decisions. They weren't sure. They've had a couple different head coaches. They weren't sure how we operated. They didn't know how their coach was going to work in practice. They didn't know how our practice was going to be structured. Everything was very different from what they had been used to. But I think there's a real comfort from our guys in that they know what to expect. They're focused on the things that they're being asked to do. And, there's just really not a lot of distractions, which is the way we like it. We just want to have kind of a work atmosphere where we go about our business and focus on getting better. And these guys, I think they understand what's coming next. We're going to practice. There's a certain way we practice. There's a certain expectation that we have as a staff. And so there's just a lot, there's not a lot of drama, which I love.
Do you have any position changes that?
Yeah, that's a really great point. One of the things I do at the end of the year is I look at our roster, and a big thing for me is snap counts. We have some guys that, like Chigianusium, he had 818 snaps that he played for our team, which is far more than anybody on the team. He never came off the field. He played all special teams. Jacob Gardner played over 700 snaps on offense. So when I see some positions that guys have high snap counts, and then we have guys that are backups that don't hardly play, if they can move to a position and give us depth and really help the football team and probably play a lot more, then we really take a look at that. And sometimes, we do need to adjust positions on the team. And so Clay Nanke's one of those guys. Clay, we moved from defensive end, and he did play some there. We moved him to tight end. He played tight end in high school. He's got the kind of the frame that we look for at tight end. Big, tall guy, lanky guy. And we want to really see him contribute more on special teams as well. And the other guy we just moved really 2 days ago was Tavis Tuioti. And Tavis is playing defensive tackle. He came to here from Nevada. We've always liked Tavis. He's about 290 pounds now, and we moved him to right guard. and he was playing about 190 snaps at D tackle. He can move to right guard, play 500-600 snaps, and start. And so he's a guy that was rotating as a third string player and can be a starter on offense. And so, we have a couple positions. Our goal as a team is to build depth and competition at every position. It's taken us a recruiting cycle. It's going to probably take us another recruiting cycle to really get there. I think defensive line is our deepest and most competitive position. We're starting to get there in the secondary, not quite there at corner. We're there at safety, better at linebacker. But our thinnest position is offensive line. And so we need to build depth and add competition to the offensive line. That's why I wanted to move Tavis. We've got a group of guys coming in the summer that are JC guys that'll probably be our backups and add depth and competition. And then we love our young guys coming in. So still trying to build depth there, still trying to build depth at running back. Our wide receivers are very young. Torrey's the old head in that room, and then everybody else are just babies. So, we got a bunch of kids coming in there. So, still trying to build that depth and competition really in our offensive positions. And so, we'll just continue to do that.
When you look at linebacker, you lose Carter, you lose DeQuan Jackson, that played a lot of snaps throughout a lot of years. Spring's about fulfilling opportunities. Who do you see in that position? How big of a camp is this for Drew and somebody like Chase Wilson?
Yeah, really important camp for Drew. Drew's a guy that's played a little bit the last 2 years. His role's just going to expand now. And we want to see him be more explosive, make more plays. We had a lot of guys on defense that, were in position last year. I think our growth defensively are going to see guys making plays, whether it's intercepting the ball, making minus yardage tackles, being more disruptive. Really important spring for Drew Kulik and Chase Wilson. And Chase is extremely bright player. He's got a great temperament for the game, and really excited to watch him compete this spring. I think it's a great opportunity for both of those guys. Both of those guys add a little more athleticism to the linebacker spot. They run, but we want to see them really become more disruptive and make more plays. And and I think that's what we want to stress from more of our defensive players, just more playmaking ability.
The other position that I find interesting is tight end, because it's always been an important position in your offense. There's been a lot of turnover there. You bring in Vince, you bring in Holker, Jordan got something. How important is that? How keen an eye do you keep on that position this spring?
Yeah, it's a unique position for us. What we look for long, athletic guys, kind of like power forwards in basketball is what we look for. And we really love this recruiting cycle because we identified Dallin Holker from BYU as a guy who's played significant snaps, had a great high school career, but also has played significant snaps in college. Really athletic guy, really excellent feel for space and route running. Mature, he's married. His wife is a fantastic track athlete for our track program, and so he adds maturity. That was a very young room for us last year, and Dallin's a guy that's a little bit older. He's married. He's very focused. Great student of the game. He's been in the office every day in the afternoon. I've had to kick him out a couple times. But that's the kind of focus we need at that position. I challenged our tight ends. We really got to be able to attack the middle of the field and give the quarterback a comfort level of throwing the ball in the middle of the field. And, there's an old saying, it takes talent to make plays outside the hashes, but it takes courage to make plays in between the hashes. And that's what we need from our tight end. And Dallin certainly has done that in his career. I'm really excited about Vince Brown as well. Vince Brown is a guy at 6'6", almost 6'7", from College of DuPage. They won a national championship in JC. But he really has all the qualities we look for in a tight end as well. And great student of the game, really passionate about being here. And he's making a ton of strides and been in here studying really hard, along with Jordan Williams. And we think those three guys, it's really important spring for them to kind of establish themselves and gain confidence with our quarterbacks in the passing game.
You mentioned this recruiting class. Obviously, on paper, it's one of the best in the conference. How happy are you with your staff and yourself with this recruiting?
Yeah, I mean, recruiting is something that we've always taken a lot of pride in, and it's really what we do, you know. And this was a first class that we really had here at CSU. We had a whole year to recruit to CSU, and so it's probably our most important class. You know, I recall back to Nevada, that first class that we brought in is where Carson Strong and Romeo Dubs and Cole Turner, all the best players that we had in our program. And so this class has got a lot of talented players. You know, I also want to stress this: we're not done. I mean, we it's the nature of college football now. You pretty much have two recruiting seasons. You got a recruiting season that comes with the early signing period, and then you got this whole winter, spring recruiting season where we're going to get another transfer portal opening here at the end of April. We're not done. You know, I would like to add a lineman or two. I would like to add running back. We might even add a wide receiver or a quarterback. You know, there's a couple defensive players that are out there that are pretty intriguing. So we're not done recruiting. We're going to continue to recruit. And, you know, until we line up and play in September, we're going to try to figure out ways to improve our roster. All good. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you.